Okay, so the cloud computing. Okay, so then we'll jump into, okay, so like what is like a cloud computing, and I mean, what are all the different types of service models which is provided by, what are the different service models provided by, I mean, cloud service providers. Okay, so accordingly, we will continue this particular topics. Okay, so now let's discuss about, so what is cloud computing? Okay, so then, Chinappa, can you go on mute, please? Okay, okay. So let's continue. So here you can see, guys, here. So, okay, first of all, before going to the cloud computing, so what are all the, okay, so I mean, different types of cloud, I mean, computings earlier. Okay, so see, guys, the first of all, if you want to use any of the software, okay, or server, okay, in your landscape, okay, so you have to, okay, you have to maintain everything from your end. Okay, so I mean, nowadays also we are installing many of the standalone applications in our local machines. Local machines means like in our desktops. Okay, if I take this particular simple example, so first let's discuss about the general example, then we'll go for this particular SAP. I mean, on this particular integration modules, we will discuss this particular how it is actually differentiating the cloud and on-premises applications. Okay, first let's go for a general. Okay, for example, guys, let's take a simple example. So if I wanted to run a simple Java program in my local machine, okay, so any program, okay. So for example, if I wanted to run, okay, so this is a, I have one Java program, okay, okay, so that program I would like to run in my local machine, okay. So then what I have to do is, so first I require a operating system. First I need a laptop or desktop. The next operating system, that is Microsoft or other operating system. The next is uh, Microsoft operating system. The next one is like a we have to install JRE, okay, Java Runtime Environment, and Java Development Kit if required. Okay, so both. Okay, that means you have to install. I mean, you have to. We require the operating system and also JRE and JDK, and also you require this particular editor as well. Okay, so Java editor to write a program. Okay, so that means like if you want to run this particular program in your local machine, so you have to, I mean, arrange these particular things. Okay, so the first laptop, next Microsoft operating system, and also Java runtime environment, and also JDK, and also Java editor. That means like you have to maintain all these things in your local machine. Okay, so but that means like, so for example, so currently you are in 2026, correct? So for example, whatever the GRE you install now in 2026, okay, so for example, let's take it's in a like a version 10, for example. Okay, in 2027, they released version 12, for example. Okay, version 11. Okay, so then you have to manually update. Okay, so this JRE and JDK, you have to update. Okay, so the Java company will provide a patch request, I mean, patch update request that you have to update. The patches you have to update in your system manually. That means any updates are happening, you have to take care. And also, while you're using this particular programming, if the RAM is not supported, okay, so that means like, for example, your laptop supports 8 GB of RAM. Then, if it is not sufficient, you have to increase that particular RAM space as well. Okay, such cases you have to maintain the hardware, you have to maintain the software as well. Okay, so now what this particular things are moving is, so this is everything in local machine. Okay, so now if I want to run a Java program, okay, so you can run not only in your local machine. So now they are providing some online compilers. Okay, that's like a platform to run this to execute. Okay, so for example, so see here, it's in a Java online compiler. So if I open this particular one, okay, so online Java compiler. So that means like this particular website is providing a service. This particular website is providing the service. Okay, that service we are accessing via internet. That means like here the program is a this particular the program is a program is providing this particular service to access this, okay, to access this particular service. Okay, so not only Java, so they are providing for Python or database queries and also HTML5 and also this particular online. So different kind of, okay, so the JavaScript, TypeScript, Go, so different types of programs they are providing online compilers. Then, so see here, this is a, here I'm just taking this. So I just maintain this particular statement like welcome to SAP CPI. Okay, so something like that. So if I run this particular program now, then what will happen? Okay, so when I click on this particular run here, okay, this program will send back to the server, okay, at the backend server to run this particular program and provide the response in this particular, I mean, in this particular output window. That means like so see in on I mean on the cloud, so we are connecting this particular service and via internet only you can access this particular cloud services. Okay, if you don't have this particular internet connection, you cannot access it. Okay, that means like you need only two things, internet and also the any device which is connected to internet with browser. Okay, so if you have a browser, you can open this one and write a program and send it for execution for run, and you will get the output at the right. So like this, that means like this particular, not only this program is. So we have a many companies in the online. Okay, so if you see this here, so we have, I mean, in the online, we have a many websites are providing this particular Java online compilers that you can just run and, I mean, execute. Okay, just provide the code here and execute here. Then you will get the output here. But here the thing is, here the main thing is, so the advantage of this is you no need to maintain this particular things. Okay, that means like you no need to maintain this particular. Okay, so you these two things anyway you have to manage because for to access this browser you require this particular Microsoft. Now to access this you need this particular Microsoft operating system, right? So you have to use this one. So but here if you see this is JRE and JDK updated version. For example, currently you're in 2026. In the later, if you released version 11, then what will happen is like you have to, okay, so that means like you have to so that means like so in this particular on-premises environment, you have to install that particular updates. But here in this case, in the online edition, you no need to take care anything. You don't need to take care anything. So everything will be taken care by this particular service provider itself. So the program itself. So that we will consume. Okay. So that means like in 2027, they will just update the software at the backend. Okay. Then we can access this particular latest version in this particular website. Okay. So like this, I mean, in the cloud, you no need to maintain anything, just access the service and execute for our requirement. Simple. Okay, so this is the main difference, guys, on the cloud computing and also this one. So another simple example. So this is for platform. Okay, they are providing the platform to execute your program. Okay, so let's go for some softwares now. So this is the platform to execute the Java program. That means it's a platform. A platform as a service they are providing here. Okay, so when it is comes to when it is comes to like software is nothing but a so the ready to use, right guys? So the ready to use, that means like, so if you have any, okay, for example, if I take a for example, software is nothing but a like a ready to deliver something. That means like, for example, if you take word document, okay, if I want to prepare a word document, word, okay, or PowerPoint, so what you will do, just you will open, okay, so like a word, simply, okay, so you will open this particular word document. So just simply you will open this and you will create a new one here, okay, right? So you will just create a new word document here, correct? So here what you will do is you will just maintain, okay, so it's not allowing me to type. So, but anyway, so here you will just maintain this particular data and you will just create this particular things here. That means like you will just create a, so for example, again, if it's connected to some different account, sorry. So, but here you will just simply, I mean, write this particular details and you will just save it in your local machine. Okay, but when it is comes to, okay, when it is comes to the cloud services, that means like, so to uh, create a Word document in your local machine. So what you have to do is, so see, these two steps are mandatory for all the softwares. Okay. Okay. So now you have to install. Okay, Office Suite. Okay, then you can access this particular Word, PPT. Okay, Excel, like this, guys. So that means like you have to. I mean, once you install this particular Office Suite, so you can access all this particular. You can access all the softwares and you can create a Word document, and also you can save it in your local hard disk. Okay, so you will save it in the local hard disk. Okay, so that means like it will be saved only in your laptop. Okay, you cannot access, if you don't have laptop, you cannot access this. But nowadays the companies, okay, so like Microsoft and also Google is providing this particular document services, guys. Okay, for example, if I show you this one, okay, so here you can take this as a, so for example, if I take a doc services from the Google, so you can create the documents. Okay, so here you can see this is the one. So you can create a document from the online service itself. So for example, if you want to create any document, so you no need to install the Word software in your local machine. So you can go with this particular Google services. Everyone had the Google account nowadays. So you can just go to this particular menu. Okay, so if you see here, here we have, if you log into your Gmail account already, you can access this particular services, docs, slides means PowerPoint, sheets means Excel. So like this guys, so they give this particular services in the online. That means this is the cloud service, a cloud software service, software as a service they are providing here. Okay, so now when it is comes to, okay, Office, I mean Outlook. So for example, if I take Outlook here, just give me a second. So let me show you the Outlook sign in as well, guys. So I'm showing this particular Google Word service. What means like in the Google side, it's in a Docs. From the Microsoft side, it's in a different one. Okay. So here, not this one, just this. Just a second, guys. I'm just trying to log in. Uh, so see, guys. So see, this is I connected in the I mean, in the cloud. So if you see here, the Google is providing, I mean, so see how the Google is providing these services, right? So these all of the services are provided by Google. Okay, if I go to Outlook here, so see these all are the services provided by Outlook here. That means if you want, you can create a Word document from the cloud itself. So these all are Office, I mean Microsoft Office 365. Okay, Microsoft Office 365 services. So whatever the documents you are creating, that will be stored in the OneDrive. OneDrive. OneDrive means like it's in a storage. Like for a Google, we have a Google Drive, right? Google Drive. Okay, the same way for Outlook, we have this particular OneDrive. That means like whatever the files you're creating, like a Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and also any forms. So these all will be stored in this particular OneDrive. So OneDrive, by default, they are giving 5 GB of space there. For when it is comes to Google, so they will provide a 15 GB of space for each user for the free trial. But Outlook will provide only the 5 GB of data. Okay, Outlook will provide only 5 GB of data. So just for your information, I'm showing guys. Okay, so that means like these services you can access from here, and you can simply process further, guys. Okay, so this is the way you can access this particular services in the online. That means like, so whatever I explained earlier, this is a program, it's a platform to execute this particular program. It's a platform as a service. So when I execute about this particular one, okay, so like this particular software, so that Microsoft Word service, and also the Google mm, doc service, these two will comes under software as a service. That means like they're providing software as a service in the online, that we will access it here. That means, okay, what is happening in the cloud computing, guys, here? It's a very simple. If I take this one of the example, just a second, guys. So I will just take this particular reference which I used for. So see guys, let's take this particular on-premises system. Let's go to, okay. So we have another service as well. Let's discuss about that later. So once we discuss about this particular thing, so you will get a clear idea. So see guys, this is a on-premise landscape. Okay, so I haven't discussed about what is on-premise. Okay, so till now. Okay, so for example, if you see here, this is the on-premise. Okay, this is on-premises landscape. That means like, what does mean by on-premises here is, the on-premise means like here. So like for example, you are working for BMW organization. Okay, so you're working for BMW organization. So but the BMW organization is actually, okay. So I mean, so for example, you are in, I mean, nowadays you are using on-premises systems itself. Okay, so then, for example, if they want to use SAP ERP and also SAP process integration or process orchestration tools in their landscape for their deliverables, that means like they want to use SAP software so for their enterprise resource planning. Okay, and to integrate with external systems, they are using process integration and process orchestration. And then in this case, okay, in this case, so what they have to do is, so in on-premises world, okay, so SAP will provide this particular softwares in their website. After licensing is completed, they will download that particular softwares and install into the BMW internal servers. Install that into BMW internal servers. That means like here. So first, so this on-premises side, so the BMW architects will connect with the SAP team, okay, and get the license along with the software copy. Okay, so that means like first you have to, I mean, discuss internally which software we are finalizing. So later we will get that particular software. Later we will get that particular software, and we will send that particular software to this particular, I mean, the BMW will get that particular software, And to run the software, you have to maintain these particular servers here. That means like, for example, if you are getting this particular software, okay, so the SAP ERP and also process integration. First, that softwares we have to install in this particular Microsoft server. We have to install in this particular Microsoft server. So if I wanted to install, first I have to set up this particular Microsoft server first, right? I have to set up this particular Microsoft server. Then you can consume it. Then you can consume it. Correct. Okay. So that means like first to run this particular ERP and PIPO, first you have to set up this particular Microsoft server. That means we require one Microsoft server admin to manage this particular SAP ERP and also process integration and process orchestration systems. So you have to install another software. Okay, so you have to install this particular, this particular ERP. So ERP and also PIPO installation will be taken care by SAP basis team. Okay, so actually we are SAP CPI consultants will come under SAP integration team, SAP integration or SAP PIPO or CPI team. But we also have another module in SAP, that is SAP basis. This basis team simply maintain all the softwares. Okay, they simply maintain all the softwares. Okay, and patches and also installations and also backend DB configuration. They will check from their end. That means their responsibility is to run this particular SAP ERP and also PIPO system 24 by 7. Okay, that means 24 by 7 into 365 days. Okay, so that basis team will take care about this particular server installation and also patch upgradation. Okay, so everything they will take care from there. Okay, so but the thing is here, so if you install this particular softwares, okay, you have to manage this particular Microsoft server and also ERP and also PAPO and also database as well. Okay, you need Microsoft developers, at least 2 members per day. Okay, and also ERP and also PAPO. It's an ERP software, right? So 24 by 7, 24 by 7 support required. So in that case, so what we have to do is you have to just simply, manage this particular software updates and installation. Okay, everything you have to done this particular base system. That means at least per day 3 members, 3 shifts, 3 developers are required for this particular managing ERP and also PAPO on database. So total 5 resources are required to manage this particular things, guys. Okay, that means installation and also this particular ERP and also PIPO installation and monitoring to run a 24 by 7. That means around 5 developers are required to manage it. Correct? So and also in future, so currently you are in 2017, you install this particular software, but later you received a new patch upgrade on 2019. Then you have to install that. So the basis team and also Microsoft Server administration team will take in this particular upgrades. Okay, as an integration developer, so we have to stop our integration flows to do not process the messages. Okay, so this is the way it will work, guys. Okay, that means on premises means so you will get the license from SAP to use this particular SAP ERP and PA process integration and process orchestration software, and that will be installed in your Microsoft server. Okay, so this is the one. So now here, why I'm stretching this particular point here is, so see in this particular cloud computing, you will completely remove this particular part here. You will completely remove this particular part. You will never install and manage any of the softwares in the um in this particular cloud environment. So what SAP will do is, so SAP will provide the service. Okay, SAP will provide the cloud service. That means like, so here you can see, guys, so in this particular on-premises system, everything, okay, this they will provide the software that we will install in this particular system. But when it is comes to, okay, so when it is comes to this one, okay, so like what it is, sorry, cloud. When it is comes to cloud here, okay, so when it is comes to cloud, okay, so they will provide a subscription basis. Okay, the cloud services will be in subscription. Okay, so that means like subscription. So these two will be used for subscription here. That means like SAP will provide a cloud services in the subscription. Cloud services in the subscription manner. That means like, okay, so that means like, so what does mean by this particular, I mean, cloud services? Okay, so plus subscriptions, cloud subscriptions means like, so SAP will provide this particular SAP ERP, okay, and also SAP CPI. Okay, so these are the two services. Just assume these are the two services they are providing on. They are providing on this particular cloud services. For example, okay, they are providing in this particular cloud services. So in this case, okay, in this case, what you have to do is, in this case, so BMW will log into SAP website and explain. So SAP will also provide one point of contact when you're taking subscription to get more information on this particular services. SAP will provide the one of the point of contact. With that point of contact, you will just check and you will just identify what are the services they are providing. Okay, so now finally you thought of taking subscription of SAP ERP and also CPI. So then SAP will provide the costing details. The costing details for CPA, guys. So see here. So for example, okay, SAP. Okay, so for example, pricing, if I go to this particular pricing here, so here this is the integration speed pricing. So they will provide this particular links. Okay, so that means like for a monthly basis or yearly basis, how much is the price? That information you will get clearly, and I mean you will get. So if you want to get more information, then you can just click on request a demo to that particular SAP team. Then they will reach out to you. Okay, so like this you will get more information on this particular pricing here. That means accordingly, so here you can see what subscription you want to take. Okay, so accordingly, we will just simply, okay, so here, I mean, so for example, if you want to do some, I mean, like a starter edition, you are in the project initial stages. If you want to evaluate the SAP CPI, okay, so like capabilities, then you can go for this particular starter edition. Okay, standard edition. If you are a mid-level company, you are using prod and non-prod systems only. You don't have any other. Okay, then you can go for this particular standard edition. But you are working with multinational company and it has many of the bandwidth to process. I mean, many of the messages has to process from different applications. Then you can go for this particular enhanced edition. So see, this is the monthly price, guys. Okay, so in this, what are all they included? We can get all this particular information. So this is the starter edition. So these all are the options we have. This is the standard edition. These are all the options we have. This is the enhanced edition. These are the options they will enable. So if you see in the starter edition, so 50,000 messages will process. In the standard message, 10,000. Okay, so I mean 1 lakh messages and also 5 lakh messages we can process here. Okay, so like this message processing, that means like SAP CPI is a consumption based service. So for example, so one day you took this particular standard edition, okay, but the messages are flowed more than the actual configuration. Then they will charge accordingly. Okay, so like this it will go. Okay, so this is the way the architects will finalize which version of, I mean, which edition we have to, I mean, I mean, will fulfill our requirements. Accordingly, they will choose, just they will click on by now and they will provide the details. Okay, accordingly, they can subscribe to that particular service. That means here in this case, you no need to install and manage anything in the client environment. That means like from the BMW environment side, so you no need to maintain anything. Everything will be provided by SAP itself. That services we will consume in the cloud platform integration. Okay, so that we will consume in the BMW side. That means managing. That means once you subscribe to ERP and CPI, you can start configuring this here. Okay, you can start configuring this here. Okay, so that means like the subscription is ready, and just only the developers will work on CP and ERP. You don't need to maintain Microsoft server. You don't need to maintain separate server for to run this particular process integration and ERP systems. Okay, so you can just directly subscribe to that services. They will completely provide everything there. Okay, so this is the difference, guys, in the enterprises. Okay, so like if you are going for this particular on-premise, so you have to take care everything. Okay, the installation, upgrades, and also maintenance. But when it comes to cloud services, so you have to just you will pay and you will just whatever the services they are providing, you will access it via this particular service. I mean, you will just access this particular details here. Okay, so that services you can access in the cloud side. I mean, in your enterprise. Okay, so this is the, I mean, this is the main. Okay, so this is the difference between on-premise and cloud. Simple definition, guys. Like, so on-premises means the server installation and maintenance will be done by our own. When it is comes to, when it is comes to cloud services, the installation and also maintenance and also patch upgrades, everything is taken care by service provider itself. Okay, so now I have a question, guys. I'm hoping this service, I mean, these answers I mean, you can definitely answer these questions, guys. So, for example, I have an SAP system. Okay, SAP is a company. So they are providing one of the software called SAP like a success factor system in the cloud. Okay, so that this particular success factor system is consuming by like I mean BMW. Okay, so the BMW using this particular success factors SAP success factor system. So here this success factors also in the cloud only. So in this case, so this service, okay, the SAP success factors on cloud service is using by this particular BMW company. In this case, who is the consumer and who is the provider?
Success factor is a provider, consumer is
No, SAP is the provider and
SAP provider,
BMW is the
BMW is the
consumer.
consumer.
Yes, you're correct, guys. So SAP is providing the one of the service on cloud that is success factors. So that means like SAP success factors is a, I mean like the service provider. Okay, so the service provider, the SAP is providing this thing. We will just BMW is consuming this particular software. Okay, so this particular consuming this particular services. Okay, so and use for their internal business operations. Okay, used for their internal business operations. So that is the reason, guys. Okay, so this is the way you can simply, okay, so like so identify. So when anyone asking like what is provider and consumer means, who is providing the service to the customers, they are the I mean service providers. Okay, who is consuming that services, they are consumers to use that particular services for their enterprises. Okay, so I hope many people are answered. Everyone able to understand this.
Hi
Okay, so
Surya. Hi
yes,
Surya.
yes, yes, yes,
Babu here. I have one clarification.
yes, Babu.
SAP Success Factor is one of the modules in SAP, right?
One of the
Something like
one of the
module
module, yeah.
modules, right? For example, SG, FICO. So Success Factor is also something like that, right?
Yes, success factors is also something like that to manage the employees' information.
Yes, correct. SRM.
Yeah.
But success factor is not part of S4HANA, correct?
Yes, that's true. It's not part of S4HANA.
Why they separated success factor separately? Success factor as a separate module,
Okay, so
not like
let's
SE and MM.
okay, I got
Got my
your
question,
point.
right?
Yeah.
Ah,
So let's discuss this end of the session because it's a completely different topic. So let's
okay,
discuss about this in the at the last.
okay, done.
We'll definitely discuss. Yeah, I got your point. Why they separately maintaining this particular success factors as out of SAP S4HANA. Let's discuss that in at the end of the session.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now here, if you see, guys, we already discussed about couple of things in this particular slide. So hope everyone already know what is software as a service, basic level. Okay, on the Word document I just explained. That means they are providing a software that we are using. Okay, so for our deliverables, that means to create a Word document, to deliver the document, so we will use Word. Okay, the platform as a service to execute a program. Okay, to execute a program. So I mean, we have to implement that particular platform. Okay, on that particular platform, we will execute that particular Java programs. Okay, but here in this case, let's think at this particular SAP level. Okay, so what are all the software as a services? Okay, so what are all the software as a service? Okay, so from the SAP is SuccessFactors, HCM, and also Concur. Okay, so these are the two softwares is providing by SAP as a software as a service. Okay, success factors to for the employee management, human capital management. Okay, and also this particular Concur expense management. Okay, these all are the software as a service things, guys. Okay, these all are software as a service from the SAP. Okay, when this comes to platform as a service, this is very important for us because SAP Cloud Platform Integration is coming under, okay, SAP Cloud Platform Integration is comes under the platform as a service. Okay, the SAP Cloud Platform Integration is comes under which type of service model it is so the platform as a service. Okay, that means like here, that means like, so this platform as a service, okay, this platform as a service, okay, so will provide a platform to execute some programs, to execute some integrations or something like that. So that's the reason. So this particular thing, okay, the integration, okay, so the CPI is called as a iPaaS. That means like CPI integration tool, right? So the integration platform as a service. Okay, so they stated like, so the integration platform as a service. This is an interview question, guys. Okay, so if you, I mean, if the interviewer wants to check the basics of the cloud computing, they will definitely ask this question. The SAP Cloud Platform Integration will comes under which type of cloud service model? Okay, that is platform as a service. Okay, that is platform as a service. Okay, the platform as a service, and that's the reason we are calling it as a iPaaS, integration platform as a service. Okay, the next thing is infrastructure as a service. Okay, infrastructure means like, guys, so like, so see here, we are maintaining this particular in the on-premises side, we are maintaining this particular Microsoft server, right? That's an infrastructure. And database also will comes under infrastructure. So that means if you are using this particular infrastructure as a service, the servers will run and maintained by this particular, service provider itself. So just you have to run your servers on top of this HCC, HANA Enterprise Cloud. Okay, HCC. So they are providing a provision to run your servers inside of that particular HANA Enterprise Cloud. So accordingly, you can access in your enterprise. Okay, so only we will see only first two, guys, many of the cases. The last one is mostly the administration part, that is for infrastructure as a service to manage the infrastructure. Okay, and also server installation and everything. Okay, database installation and everything. So this is about different types of cloud service models, guys. But here the main point is the cloud platform integration. So this will comes under platform as a service here. Okay. The next is, it's very important. So like which type of, so the types of cloud deployment models. Okay. So here the first one is public. The second one is private. The third one is hybrid. So for that, I will refer this particular document, guys. Here you can see this. So this is the public cloud environment. This is the private cloud environment, guys. Okay, the left side is a public cloud environment. The right side is private cloud environment. The middle one is private cloud here. The middle one is private cloud. So here, if you see here, what does mean by public cloud means? What does mean by public cloud means here? So this particular BMW, okay, and also the Ford and also Tata companies are planning to move to public cloud here. Okay, or they are planning to move to public cloud here. Okay, they are planning to move to public cloud here. In this case, okay, in this case, so see, they are using public cloud. The public cloud means in the same cloud environment, they will just simply, okay, store this particular, I mean, the BM, for example, the cloud service, the, the public cloud service is providing by SAP, for example. Okay, so if their SAP is providing this particular cloud services, then what you have to do is, if the SAP is providing these particular services, then what you have to do is, oh gosh, just a second. Okay, guys. So if the SAP is providing the services and BMW, Ford, and also Tata wants to use this particular SAP services, then SAP in the same cloud instance, SAP will create two different instances for each company. That means for BMW, they maintain one instance. For Ford, they maintain another instance. For Tata, they maintain another instance here. So like this, guys, like this, in the same cloud environment, the multiple companies' data will be stored. But each instance have a security. So the BMW data cannot be accessible by Tata. The Tata data cannot be accessible by BMW. And BMW cannot, this particular, like a Ford company cannot access, or TCS, Tata company will not provide this particular information to the Ford. So like this, guys, okay, just I took this particular example. That means like, so this particular internal connectivity will not be there. The data is very secure. Okay, the BMW cannot access this particular Tata. Tata cannot access this particular Ford data. So this is very accurate that they will follow some security measurement. So accordingly, they will use this particular public cloud. That means like here BMW, Ford and Tata, everything is storing in this particular public cloud itself, in one cloud instance itself. But when it is comes to private cloud, public cloud means the sharing the one resource. Okay, so one resource by multiple. Okay, so with multiple without sharing any of the, common resources. Okay, that means like, so if you are, if you want to use the public cloud, all the data will be stored, all the company's data will be stored in the same instance. Okay, when this comes to BOA, Bank of America, okay, so they're completely taking private cloud. Okay, at what basis they will decide we will go with the private cloud or public cloud? If the data is sensitive data which you are processing via integration, okay, and if you want to store the data securely in your cloud environment, then the many people will prefer the private cloud. That means like it's a having privacy, they will separately provide one instance for our organization to store it. Okay, when it is comes to public cloud, so you won't have that option. So just you will have a public endpoint URLs and you can access it. Okay, accordingly you can fulfill it. But when it comes to private cloud, everything will be managed, okay, by SAP itself, the backend installation and also these things. But the private cloud will be accessible by only one client entity. That means like all the data will be stored, okay, in the private cloud. Okay, if the employees wants to connect with that particular private cloud, so SAP will provide some dates according, I mean, so this private cloud will completely store this particular Bank of America. If the employees wants to connect with this particular private cloud, they has to connect with the VPNs, then only I can access it. Okay, the next is, so that means like we discussed about public cloud. That means all the company's information will be stored in one single cloud instance. When this comes to private cloud, so this will be dedicated to only one particular person. Okay, so the one particular company. Okay, that means like so other companies cannot access this particular uh, private cloud option. So because of this, so see, if you are storing the sensitive information, then you will go for this particular private cloud. But another requirement is, so another requirement. So the main key point is budget, right, guys? So because of that budget, many of the people will not go for private cloud because it's very, very cost effective compared to this particular public cloud. Okay, it's very cost effective compared to this particular public cloud, guys. Okay, so that's the reason. So this is, I mean, private cloud is very cost effective. So if you want, okay, to spend that much amount, you can go for this particular private cloud. Otherwise, you can choose this particular public cloud. So public cloud also have a 100% security, guys. Just clients will not trust it because it's an enterprise data, right? That is the reason. So another thing is the JPM. I mean, like I am taking here, this example is JPM. The example which I take is a JPM, I mean JP Morgan company here. Okay, so here you can see this, the private cloud option we had. This particular private cloud. Okay, this is the private cloud, this is the JPM. So this, I mean, so the JPM, so there are two types of data. One is sensitive, another one is non-sensitive, like a transactional data and also users information they had. They want to keep this particular, I mean, like transactions data in the public cloud and some sensitive information in the private cloud. That means like they don't want to go for extra space in the private cloud. Okay, so for sensitive information, they are storing in the public cloud. So unsensitive information they will store in the public cloud. Okay, that means like so the JPM is using the both things here, private cloud and also public cloud as well. Private cloud and public cloud as well. Accordingly, they are using both. This kind of landscape is called as a hybrid cloud. Hybrid. Okay, this kind of, so see, public means all the company's information. Okay, and also this particular cloud services is running under managing in the same cloud instance. Private cloud means it's very cost effective and also all the users has to connect with the private cloud via internal VPN. Okay, then only they can access it. When it is comes to hybrid, so they can connect with the both on-premise, I mean both cloud and also, I mean like the hybrid means they can use this particular public cloud or private cloud. Both can they can use in the same landscape. Okay, so this is the okay, so this is the I mean this is this particular difference between deployment models of the public, private, and also hybrid. Okay, the next thing is that means here. So here you can see this particular service. For example, let's take this is an SAP CPI as discussed earlier, guys. It might be connect with external and internal systems. Okay, but here I would like to say one thing here. For example, this particular JSW system is in on-premise, it's not in cloud. Okay, that means like, so here guys, so this is the on-premise. Okay, let's take a, so here this is the on-premise system guys. Okay, this is the on-premise system and this is the cloud-based system. For example, just this is the cloud-based system. This is again cloud. Okay. So for example, this particular BMW ERP system is in the on-prem, for example. Okay, this is the on-premise system here. So in this case, guys, it's an on-premise system. So when it can connect with the cloud and also this particular on-premises systems via middleware now, the cloud can, I mean like, so the on-premise to on-premises integration will done or not, guys? So yes, guys. So you can connect with from CPI, SAP Cloud Platform Integration. You can connect from this particular on-premise. Okay, on-premise to cloud, the cloud to on-premises also you can run this. That means like this particular information. So that CPI is capable to connect with CPI and pull the data, and CPI can connect with any type. I mean any type of system, even it is an on-premise and cloud. But when it is comes to receiver side, okay, you must use this particular cloud connector. Then only it will work. You must use this particular cloud connector. Then only it will work, guys. Okay, so this is about this particular uh, types of integration scenarios, guys. That means like the cloud platform integration can connect with on-premises to cloud and cloud to on-premises and cloud to cloud integration and on-premises to on-premises also it can connect. Okay, so this is about the types of integration scenarios. The next is, guys, this one, the difference between SAP process integration and process orchestration. This is very important, guys. Okay, so I mean, we almost discussed about these things. Okay, but let me explain this one. Here you can see this. So if I take this particular thing here, so if I take this particular on-premise application, the server maintenance, database maintenance, and everything will be configured here itself. Okay, when it is comes to this one, so see the process integration is on-premise. SAP CPI is a cloud platform tool here, cloud platform tool here. Okay, so let's discuss about this one now. So these differences. Okay, so see what is PIPO? Okay, you people already went to the demo session. So PIPO is a on-premises integration tool. Okay, on-premises integration tool. SAP CPI is a cloud-based middleware. Okay, so SAP CPI is a cloud-based middleware. So the platform type, on-premise and middleware. Okay, the PIPO is a on-premises and middleware. The CPI is a cloud-based tool. So see, you might get a question in interview. So what are all the differences in SAP PIPO and also CPI? The first answer is the PIPO is a on-premises middleware. The SAP CPI is a cloud-based middleware. Okay, so like this. So the next is department. Okay, so, I mean deployment. Sorry, deployment. The installed and maintained by customer itself. That means like, so if you take any of the on-premises software, so you have to install by your own and okay, so that like maintained by customer itself. Okay, so that means like installation and maintenance by customer itself. But when it is comes to SAP Cloud Platform Integration, everything is managed by SAP itself. You don't need to take care of anything. Okay, installation and upgradation and everything will be taken care by this particular, I mean, SAP will be managing here. When it comes to infrastructure, so here to run this particular PIPO server, so you require servers, you require operating system, you require a databases.
Hmm.
Okay, so
ಮತ್ತೆ ಲೇಖನ ನಂಗೆ 5 minutes లో లేయాలి.
So here you can see, guys. So see, this is the main difference. That means like when it is comes to infrastructure, PIPO has to maintain. Okay, so that requires servers. Okay, they require servers and also operating system and database as well. When it comes to cloud platform integration, no infrastructure required. Okay, no infrastructure required. Just you will, if you have a laptop, you can just access it. That's all. Okay, so the next is scalability, limited, manual, and scaling. Okay, so the limited. Okay, so manual and scaling. It's a very limited, and you have to check manual. When it is comes to SAP CPI, so it's in a like a okay, it's in a auto scalable. Okay, the at the back end, the runtime will automatically calculate the space and also message process. You don't need to take care anything manually here. Okay, so this thing. Okay, so auto scaler. When it is last one is licensing. Okay, hardware plus licensing. Hardware plus licensing. Okay, so for PIPO, you have to take hardware and also licensing as well. Okay, when it is comes to SAP CPI, subscription based. Okay, the maintenance is high for SAP process integration because of the patch and also upgrades, patches and upgrades. So when it comes to CPI, the maintenance is very, so it's an so see here, maintenance is high for the process integration. For CPA, it's very low here. Okay, the SAP handles the upgrades actually in this case. Okay, when it comes to when it comes to adapter availability, large set of classic adapters in the process integration like file, SFTP, SOAP, REST. Okay, so the SOAP REST we had, but that much not efficient. Okay, so this is the way. So see here, like this, you can just simply maintain. So see, this is very low. I say everything will be managed and maintained by SAP CP itself. That is adapter connectivity. So the set of classical adapters, which I explained, the file, SFTP, SOAP, and also SFTP, SOAP, and also this one. Like this, etc. guys. So different kind of adapters we had in PAPO, but CPA we have many adapters, guys. Okay, so for example, if you want to connect with Google PubSub, so Google PubSub adapter is there. If you want to connect with mail, we have a mail adapter there. So like this, guys, we have a different options. Okay, and also open connectors. SAP is providing 250 plus open connector concept that you can consume it and you can use it for your requirement. Okay, the next is mapping. So SAP PAPO graphical and Java. When it is comes to this particular CPI, we require a graphical plus Groovy scripting. Okay, Groovy script. Monitoring, runtime workbench in NW, NetWeaver administrator. So from the PAPO to CPI. When it is comes to CPI, it's a low code, no code. Okay, guys, so this is about the differences. So here, this monitoring I just explained. So development approach. So the more technical and Java heavy when it comes to PAPO. When it comes to the SAP CP, it's a low code, no code. When it comes to upgrade cycle, it's in a customer driven. Okay, like whenever the customer wants to upgrade, so they can, you can go for it. Otherwise, you can just stop that particular upgrade. When it comes to CPI, it's an automatic and also whenever they found any of the defects, they will immediately release that particular updates into the market. Okay, so this is about the differences between the process integration and process orchestration and also cloud platform integration, guys. Okay, I'm just recalling the concept, guys, again. So this is still the day second class. Okay, so this is still day second class because of like many confirmed students are not attended that particular sessions day 2 and day 3. So that is the reason I'm explaining this again. Okay, so now let's go and discuss about these things, guys. So what are all the topics we covered? So we discussed about what is cloud computing, okay, and what is on-premises, what is cloud, and we discussed about different types of cloud service models, okay, that is software as a service, okay, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. The cloud platform integration will comes under platform as a service, okay, that means it's called as a IPaaS, okay, integration platform as a service. Okay, the next is the private cloud, I mean, different types of deployment models, the public cloud, private cloud, and also the hybrid cloud. Public and private means it's simply, so like everyone had their own structure and they will use it. But when it comes to hybrid, when it comes to hybrid landscape, okay, so you might can use this particular the private cloud and public cloud. Accordingly, SAP will charge that particular data. Okay, so this is about this particular deployment models, guys. Okay, when it comes to the another thing, types of integrations analysis, you can connect with on-premises to cloud and cloud to on-premises and cloud to cloud and cloud to on-premises as well. So these are all the major differences between SAP process integration and process orchestration, as we discussed earlier. So here you can see, let me check if I passed any points. So we discussed about what is cloud computing done. So types of service models we discussed, deployment models we did, the difference between on-premises and cloud applications that we discussed, difference between process integration and process orchestration and SAP CPI. Okay, so that means simple line guys, if you go for cloud computing, everything will be managed. Okay, from the, I mean everything will be just a second, guys. Okay, if you are going to go for cloud computing, so everything will be managed and maintained by SAP itself, but we have to take care from our end as well. Okay, so this is about the cloud computing, guys. So now we can jump into the questions, guys. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask.
Yeah, Groovy scripting needed, Surya.
Yes, sir. Yes, so the Groovy script is needed. Okay, so I mean, like, so that basics we will explain, and also with the, I mean, basics from the scripting level we will discuss. Okay, and also, so here you no need to completely work on Groovy script here. So here as an integration tool, let me explain one thing here, guys. So you are receiving the data from the source application into cloud integration that you have to make some changes with the Groovy and send it to target. That means you have to focus on which data you are getting from the source, that what format they required at the receiver side. That you have to focus on. Okay, so that way anyway, I mean, I will provide this particular complete information. Okay, so how these things will happen. So accordingly, you can write your own Groovy scripts, and also you can take help from the chat GPT and also other AI tools. You will get more information about it. That means like in real time, I mean to say, not in the beginner level. So first of all, you have to focus on my points which I'm discussing about the Groovy script. Later, you can just simply follow the same instruction. Then you can get the code from AI tools that you can consume according to your requirement.
Sure, thank you. Can you scroll down class 6, 7
Yes.
planning?
Do you have this particular link with you?
No.
Okay,
That's why I'm asking.
share. Oh, let me share in this particular Teams chart itself, guys. So you can just check from your end as well.
Mhm.
Surya, I'm having a question here. Is this certification can be supported
Certification?
for the CPI?
Yes. So see, for CPA, we have a separate. So certification is there. So you can, once you complete this particular training, you can write the certification and you can get at least 60 to 70%. So cutoff is 70%. You will get a 75 more than that. You will definitely crack this particular certification once you have completed this. So it's in a
Is
practical
BTP admin is
nowadays.
also required to clear the certification?
Sorry, come again.
Is BTP admin is also required to complete this certification?
No. BTP admin will not required for CPI. So CPI is separate and
Okay.
SAP admin is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Surya, why this SAP CPI categorized as a platform as a service, not in the software as a service? Is there any significance?
Yeah.
Reason why this categorized as a?
Yeah, see. So, okay, it's good question. So, see, software means ready to deliver. That means like if you want to deliver any document, you are not working inside of on top of this particular software. Just you are creating this particular document and sharing with the external team. Okay, for the reference. But in this particular platform as a service, you have to configure something. You have to write a code to connect with the source, to connect with target, and also transformation logic. So that's the reason they are providing the platform to connect with this particular systems and transfer the data from one application to another application. Okay, that means the platform they are providing to us, and you are building that particular integration on top of that particular platform. Okay, that's the reason they categorize this as a, like a platform as a service.
Right. Yeah, I'm clear. Thank you.
So I think one member is asked one question last time, why the success factors is not included in a S4. So I didn't remember his name. So he's still there?
Yeah, yes, it's me, Babu.
Yes, Babu. Yeah. Let's come to your point. So the success factors is not, initially the success factors is a separate company, first in place. Okay, SAP hired that particular company. Okay, so that means completely they took that particular company and merged with SAP. Okay, so the success factors is a separate employees master. So we have different data centers to store the employee data. Okay, so for each organization. So that's the reason SAP is not including that particular success factors into the SAP ERP systems, first of all. Okay, it's not part of S4HANA. So if you want to get the employee information back to your ERP, again, you have to maintain the integration. Okay, it's a separate, complete separate software. Okay, so because of that particular success factors only, the SAP Cloud Platform Integration is introduced. Because when this particular SAP is actually hired that particular success factor, the hired means like completely own that particular success factors company. Later, SAP is requesting their customers to move to the success factors. Okay, to manage their employees' information. Okay, so in that case, okay, so the customers are asking the questions, if I'm maintaining this particular employees onboarding and also this particular termination and also new joiners, okay, how we will replicate this particular employee information from the success factors to SAP ERP? Many customers are asked that question. Then what SAP did is, who all are taking the subscription for the success factors? Okay, they gave this particular HCI tool, that particular is HANA Cloud Integration tool, okay, as a free of cost to integrate the SAP success factor systems with SAP S4 HANA. And also another thing, guys, still, if you are using pre-packaged content without customization, if you are connecting with SAP to SAP systems, you no need to pay anything to SAP. Okay, so it's a free of cost, guys. Okay, SAP to SAP with the pre-packaged content. If you are not doing any of the changes in the integration, you can use this particular it's in a free of cost. You can use this particular services. Okay, so that means like, so because of that particular success factors, okay, customers are asking how to integrate. SAP gave this particular software as a, free of cost, then the people are using. So if you go for old projects around 10 years or 7 years, okay, so old projects, you can see everything is success factors integration only. There is no other systems. Okay, so later SAP slowly from the not only for success factors, we have to come out from this particular on-premises integration. They renamed this HCA tool to CPI. Now it's an integration suite. So see, I hope you clear, right, Babu, now?
Yes. Thank you, Surya.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone, guys?
Hey Surya, I am from SAP security background, security GRC. And what is the advantage of learning CPI?
So it's a, I mean, you will get more added advantage. Okay, so the GRC is compared to like a GRC SAP Cloud Integration had more openings in the market. That you already aware. The security persons will be there, like around 2 to 3 developers will be there once you created this particular workflows. So you will not get a chance to work. So once it is defined, so only couple of members will be there to support this. But integration, we have a more scope in future. Like so, as you already aware, so like
Mhm.
SAP in 2020 27 December 31st, SAP is not providing any support for the process integration and process orchestration tools. So it will be
Mm.
added advantage to your profile to get more calls in future and as well as this particular this thing is it will more give weightage to your profile and also you will get more packages compared to security SAP GRs.
Okay, so suppose if I get any CPI project now, I'm also working with IAG, IAM, and SailPi and Powerplug integration through GRC. I'm thinking if I join this course now, it will be helpful for me for the real time scenarios.
Yes, Vijay. So if you're already working on IAB, you can easily understand the concept because IAB is an integration tool, like connecting it to the source and target and adding the transformation logic in between. The same steps we will follow in CPI as well. It will be added advantage to you.
Yeah, and one last question. I think a couple of weeks back I was attended Shashi's demo. I can see the same curriculum there also, whatever you're showing now. I think is the same Surya is there or different
Yes,
Surya?
yes, same.
Okay, thank you for the confirmation.
Yeah.
Uh, Hi, Surya. I have a question like regarding AI only. See, since it is a file processing, right, like XML or JSON, something, it is file processing. So when it comes to AI, right, how impact it will be there in this? Because with AI, right, we can do all these things, right? We, we can integrate AI and we can do all these things, right? So in that case, what impact it will be in job?
So see, AI cannot replace the integration tools, okay, because it's a collaboration between two applications first in place. Okay, so see, if the enterprises, so see, here this is an external enterprise and this is your internal enterprise. Okay, for example, if you're working for BMW here, okay, so the business, I mean, the BMW is a one of the enterprise and also JSW, MRF, and also SAP success factors for BMW is a, I mean, different enterprise and also internal applications itself. Okay, so here in the middleware tool, okay, so if you want to use AI application to integrate this, okay, so here what you have to do is you have to provide. So that means like, so first you need to get the information from the BMW ERP. Okay, what is the data they are getting from the source? Okay, and what data they are providing. I mean, we have to send it to JSW. This collaboration is required first in place. Okay, after getting this particular information from the source and target, okay, then you can provide this particular data to AI and they will give this some best practices. Okay, so accordingly you can configure, but AI cannot completely integrate. So in CPI, SAP is provided a Joule add-on. Okay, if you provide some prompt, it will help you to save some time for the developers, not completely. Okay, not completely replaced by developers. That means like if we have a 10 requirements in the market currently, so it might reduce it to 8 or 7. But integration tools cannot be replaced by AI. Okay, that means like it might reduce, but it cannot be replaced completely by AI in single statement, Chinaba.
Okay, thanks, Surya.
Chandra, hi, Satya here.
Yes, Satya.
Yeah, Chandra, what is the AI tool name you were mentioned just before? I just
Is you SAP Joule. Joule. SAP Joule. Joule.
okay, okay.
GULE.
Okay. So, for example, it is the if I'm going to create a end-to-end connection from the source to target, so what for and if I give the source system and target system, so for example, I need what are the connectivity path and what are the palette functions want to add. So these are the details it will be given. Am I right?
No, just that means like here, it will just provide you the skeleton. Again, you have to configure
Mhm.
manually internal. I mean,
Yeah,
manually
yeah, that
you have to configure the setup like the
okay.
connectivity details and everything. Just it will give you the skeleton. That's all. It will save some time, guys. So see, even you might
Okay.
observe you are working professionals. So for example,
Mm.
earlier if you want to convert any of the file from this CSV to XM or something like that, so you will just
Mm.
instead of going Google, you're using this particular AI tool. But actual work
Okay.
is doing by your own right.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. I understand that, but maybe it's clearly it will be give the connectivity path and what are the adapters want to use to connect the success factor. For example, OData means OData,
Yes,
something
yes.
like
So
that.
just if you want to use OData, so just it will give
Mm.
OData adapter there. But connectivity you have to maintain manually. And
Yeah,
if any connectivity
that's.
issues happen, for example,
Mm-hmm.
while connecting, so the AI cannot debug. You have to debug by your own and fix it. Connect with the target W. If it is an authentication issue, you have to connect with that particular point of contact
Okay,
and get the new
okay,
credentials and update here, something like that.
okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no.
And I have a question, Surya, is that the CPI and the BTP CPI? What was the difference between the CPI and the SAP BTP?
Yeah, actually,
The
both are
action,
same. Okay, so you will get
uh,
a clear understanding in the tomorrow session. So I will
but
explain about.
yeah, okay. But
So
as far as I know, but CPI is a service that is like an app in BTP, but it is
Hmm.
not entirely similar to the BTP. Just it is a part of a BTP
Yes, it's one
CPI.
of the service under the BTP platform.
Is okay, one of the service.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have so in this I mean in 50 days session we will covered all the BTP integration suite, or else we'll just cover the SAP BTP CPI part.
No, integration speed. So first 40 days we only focus on. Okay, mainly first 39 days mainly focus on integration, SAP Cloud Platform Integration. So later
Mm-hmm.
11 days we will focus on the remaining capabilities in the integration suite like open connectors, event mesh, API management, migration assessment, integration advisor, and also, I mean, these are the, so that means integration advisor. That means like we are completely focusing on integration suite, not only CPI. But here,
Okay,
the main
okay.
focus is on CPI because the CPI is a hot for the integration suite. Remaining all are add-ons. If required, the client requires, they will use it. Otherwise, that service will not be enabled.
Mhm. Okay. From the open connector onwards, the business suite. Oh, okay. From the open connector onwards, the BTP integration suite actual thing will actually. So we are discussing from open connectors, right?
That means like so CPA also under the integration suite. So the CPA also comes under integrations. That means like from the day one onwards, we are focusing on the integration suite. But
Yeah.
so because in the market, if I marketing as a SAP integration suite, for example, many people doesn't know. Only the currently still the people are, I mean, many people are known as the CPI only. Okay. So we are starting with
Mm-hmm.
CPI. If you are starting CPI means you are already start learning integration suite itself.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Hi, one small question. Are we going to cover API management, SAP Graph, and enterprise architecture in this?
So we'll cover this particular API management, but graph is a very rare requirement, guys. We will not use it in all the client environments. Okay, so but API management to configure this particular Proxies and also policies and also products and applications we will discuss in detail.
We are not discussing graphs.
Yes, yes.
What about enterprise architecture and ISA?
That will also not cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes, Surya.
what about this Max and MIGs and MAGs and B2B scenarios?
We will discuss
Or
that
only
as well. So in the integration, I mean like in this particular one, if you see here integration advisor concept, so we will configure this particular MIC, MACs as well. I will show you that as well, guys, how to configure it. Okay, guys, so it's around 8:30. I have to run to another session now. So, so if you have any questions, you can feel free to connect. You can connect with your point of contacts. Okay, so you can reach out to me accordingly. Okay, so if you